case number 1958. Most people look at the San Ann River and see a dry bed or a quiet stream, but on this night of October 5th of 1958, Charles saw something that shouldn't exist. This isn't just a ghost story. Now, this is a documented police report that left investigators at a total loss. Now, Charles was an ordinary man driving home on North Main Street. Now, as he reached the river crossing, the water was high across the road. So, of course, he slows down. That's when a figure emerged from the bushes. He thought this was a hitchhiker, so he didn't really think anything of it. Now, what makes this case more than just a tall tale is the physical aftermath of it all. The entity reached across the hood and began clawing at the windshield. So it ran towards the car, and that's when it started to scratch at the windshield. Um, Now, Charles didn't just claim he was scared, he had the evidence to back it up. When he finally accelerated, hitting the creature and hearing a distinct gurgling sound as if it fell under the tires, he drove straight to the authorities. His car was covered in deep, jagged scratches, which we already know means this thing had sharp claws. Okay. And he also had scratches on his windshield. Okay, now these weren't brush scratches, they were intentional marks left by something with significant strength and scaly skin. He explained the skin was not only scaly, but it was like that of leaves. That's the way it looked to him. Now, years later in 1982, take note that this took place all the way in 1958. So in 1982, a renowned investigator by the name of Lorraine Coleman tracked Charles down. He found the man who was still visibly shaken all this time later by what happened to him that night. Now, he never changed his story. He kept his story exactly the same as he did so many years ago. He didn't try to sell it to the tabloids. He didn't go around bragging about it. But this was the first time someone had came to him in such a long time and wanted to know even more details about what happened to him that night. Now, he lived with this trauma after that night for the rest of his life. Now, the memory of the fluorescent eyes and the thing's mouth and it scratching at him, trying to get into the vehicle, staring at him through his own windshield, of course, would leave anybody very upset and very scared for the rest of their life, and hoping never to have another incident like that again. Now, we're left with two different possibilities. Okay, was he having a collective hallucination, possibly? But again, if it was a hallucination, why would there be scratches left on his vehicle and including his windshield? That makes no sense. Or something biological really was there. Now, this will not be my first time talking about this creature. Okay, there are at least one or two other stories that I have on this creature, but again, I need to focus on one story at a time. I won't hop all over the place. But if you like what you've heard so far, please leave a comment in the comment section and let me know whether you think this thing is real or not, or maybe some things that you have seen. And also, hit that subscribe button. If you don't want to, that's fine. But this is what my channel will be about. It will be about just weird stuff that I read that I just find phenomenal or wow. Again, I'm Annette, and you have a good night.